News here. NFL Network free agency frenzy. Can I interest you in Saquon Barkley to the Eagles? Whitehall High School, Allentown, Pennsylvania, mad hour and a half up the road depending on traffic? Saquon is going to the Eagles, thanking everyone on a tweet for 6 years with the Giants. Penn State Saquon Barkley is an Eagle. Everybody, it's getting good. Kirk Cousins to the Falcons, Ian Rappaport. Saquon Barkley to the Eagles. Yeah, no doubt one of the worst-kept secret in NFL circles. The fact that the Eagles are going to target Saquon Barkley as their top priority in free agency took maybe a few more hours than some expected, but Saquon Barkley now has a deal with the Philadelphia Eagles. That's a 3-year deal worth almost $38 million. So, eclipses $12 million per year. Basically what he wanted from the Giants last year. By the way, the Giants he now faces twice a year, a big-time shift in the NFC East. Saquon Barkley, who now adds to an Eagles running back room. Look, the Eagles have rarely or maybe never since the era of Chip Kelly paid for a running back. Now they are paying. It is a lot. They believe it is worth it. One of the top running backs in the NFL now lands in Philly. All right, it's a fascinating contract here again for a running back. It's 3 years, almost $38 million. About $26 guaranteed. Thank you, Ian Rappaport. Back to the phones. Now, in a year in which Steve Weish, we keep saying running backs don't get paid. This year's running back class is different. There's a lot of talent here. You got Tony Pollard to the Titans. Got Josh Jacobs to the Packers. Have Saquon Barkley now. Once you have to comb through the details of these deals to actually see what the money is. It's a different class. But if on paper we're looking at 12, on paper here it seems like a good deal for a guy that fought last year for a long-term deal, didn't get it, played on the franchise tag, maybe a little bit of tweak to the franchise tag. Much like Josh Jacobs, he goes up the road to Philly. Yeah, and this is, it's intriguing to me. We're looking at some of these running backs. Swift goes to Chicago where they're going to have a quarterback on a rookie deal. Josh Jacobs goes to Green Bay. They got a quarterback on a rookie deal. Or Saquon is going to Philly where they got a quarterback on a huge contract. And Jalen Hurts. But he stays within the division right. The Eagles have had to game plan against this guy. They know how dynamic he is as he weakens the Giants even further. And what they want to do offensively, it's going to be very intriguing. Like we say Kellen Moore is there now, this is going to be a dual threat type of player. He's going to be a runner. He's going to be, we know he's good in the red zone. We know he can catch the ball. So Kellen Moore, should have some options. As with Saquon Barkley, this is going to make them potentially an incredibly dynamic offense. Take some of the pressure off of Jalen Hurts, something the Eagles could not do as the season wore on last year. So this is a real huge signing. But I just think the running back market as a whole now is interesting with Derrick Henry still out there, right? Austin Ekeler's still out there baldy. There's a couple of good running backs. I don't know if they just necessarily expedite a team reaching out to them because they need to have one. But it does also speak to maybe the draft talent at the running back position as well. Steve, how does Howie do it? How does Howie Roseman? They're the biggest players in free agency. We're 2.5 hours into this thing. Bryce Huff, Landon Dickerson the highest paid in football. Lane Johnson the highest paid right tackle in football. Saquon Barkley is not going to know what to do when he sees the holes in front of him for maybe the first time in his whole career, like he's going to get to the second level. Dan Jurgens going to go in there. They drafted the replacement for Jason Kelce. They got Mailata over there. Go work on the right guard position. This is a huge deal for Philadelphia. It's a huge deal for Kellen Moore. And it really makes the stink of how the season ended in Philadelphia, which was horrible. It really kind of softens that a little bit as you look ahead to 2024 and what might be. And you have to wonder as well, what do the Giants do here at running back, Steve? They obviously are picking 6. You're not taking a running back at 6. Likely don't see a running back in the first round. There's a great list of running backs here. Second, third round. Day 2 guys. Yeah, you'd have to think they probably go there. They're going to have to at some point. They're going to have to draft a running back. We know they're probably going to draft a quarterback. But how do you compete with some of the skill position questions that they have with the Giants? Looking at the other teams in the division, with Darren Waller also different position, He's a tight end hinting at retirement, saying he's Conti.
Fala galera, beleza pessoal? Antes de chegar nesse vídeo, deixa aquele like maroto no vídeo, se inscreve no canal, pois isso nos ajuda e muito a sua contribuição, o seu like e o seu compartilhamento também, sem esquecer isso. Tite tem a menor média de gols sofrida entre técnicos do Flamengo nos últimos 10 anos. Veja qual o treinador mais equilibrado do período, aquele que tem o melhor saldo de gols. Após a vitória por 2-0 sobre o Fluminense no último sábado no Maracanã, pela semifinal do Campeonato Carioca, Tite chegou a citar Vitor Pereira como o treinador que teve maior média de gols com a equipe no Flamengo. Nos últimos anos, porém, o técnico português passou longe do equilíbrio, foi um dos mais vazados na defesa e por isso se despediu sem deixar saudades na torcida. Mas quem seria o técnico de maior equilíbrio no quesito pregado por Tite, que envolve a relação de mais gols marcados com a de menos sofrido? Para encontrar uma resposta, o GE fez uma espécie de checamos, né, e pesquisou os números dos treinadores rubro-negros nos últimos 10 anos. O levantamento considera partidas oficiais e amistosos disputados desde 2014. Com 24 jogos no comando do Flamengo, sendo 12 no fim do ano, passando em outras metade neste início de temporada, Tite, por enquanto, não pegou nem o top 5 dos mais equilibrados. Por outro lado, é muito em função do desempenho decisivo em 2024. Ele é o técnico com menor média de gols sofrida, 0,5, e como se sua equipe sofresse um gol a cada 2 partidas. Então, é isso aí, pessoal. Tite tem sido um grande técnico e defensor aí do sistema defensivo.